my question becomes, when will Hamas be held accountable for their crimes against Palestinians as well as Israelis? I'm waiting for y'all to tell me when that will happen. My guess is never. Why not? Hamas could stop this war right now, pretty much immediately. Why don't the Palestinian civilians insist that they do so? Hold on, before you yell at me and tell me that they can't. They can't because they're afraid of retribution, right? Okay, then, so why are Palestinians so afraid of Hamas? Because they torture and kill their own people. That is not the same thing as living in a democracy or what might people say a flawed democracy with a government that you don't like. Please realize, y'all, that these comments are not anti-Palestinian. They are anti-Hamas, and there is a huge difference between those two things. I 100% agree that Palestinians deserve equal rights, but that cannot happen as long as a criminal pseudo-fascist entity remains in power in Gaza. They have to be disemboweled, their infrastructure has to be destroyed, their weapons have to be taken away, and their ability to harm civilians has to be removed. Of course, I wish there was a way to do this without any collateral damage. But I think we've all seen enough of war to know this simply isn't within the realm of possibility. It's one of the greatest injustices and tragedies of our time. That much is certain. Note that anytime there's been advancement towards peace, Hamas has intervened against it. Now, other parties have as well. We remember Yitzhak Rabin getting assassinated. But it's not like Hamas actually wants peace. They're actively working against it. Also, there's a quick fact check here. When I said there was a mistreatment of Jews in the Middle East in Muslim countries, Miko said, not in Arab states. And if I recall correctly, he said it like 3 or 4 times in a row. So he's very adamant about that. Now, that just kind of turns out to not be the case. Maybe I misunderstood what he was trying to tell me, but many Jews that lived in other Middle Eastern countries were pushed out of those countries. It's something like 900,000. Some might say they were pushed out because the state of Israel was established, but that kind of proves my point, and not his, that Jews were mistreated in the Middle East in majority Muslim nations. If a Muslim country pops up in South America tomorrow or something like that, and other countries respond by kicking out all the Muslims of the places where they currently live now, let's say next to Paraguay, they open up a Muslim country. In Mexico and the United States and Canada, kick all the Muslims out and make them move down there. That is not a justifiable response. You would never tolerate this excuse if the tables were turned. And that, I think, is what just does not sit right with me about the claim that these people were not mistreated.